Good morning. Wow, that feels hot. Welcome to CSL San Jose's Sunday morning meditation. We'll be doing a 20-minute meditation, and I thought I'd start us off with a brief quote to give us a good start. Life awaits on our discovery of natural laws, our discovery of ourselves, and our discovery of our relationship to the Great Whole. Ernest Holmes. Start easing yourself back into the room. What a beautiful time to be together, to appreciate, to be with the one. Thank you for joining us. Today's meditation, our regular Sunday service, will begin at 10:30. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Hello there. Each Sunday before we begin our service, we light a candle for peace. So with the lighting of this candle, we bring into the room the peace that is the foundation of the deeper truth that's running through and behind everything, even when it doesn't feel like that's the case. So let's take this moment of silence together to honor our feelings, open our hearts, so that we can move this peace from within and let it shine out into the world. Alrighty, let's let this music begin.
Good morning, CSL San Jose. Oh, good morning. Let me hear you a little louder. Oh, that's so good. Please join us. Rise if you're able in our opening song this morning. All right. Here we go. Everybody.
up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Let us make a joyful sound.
Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, hey, hey,
Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, yeah.
stand on holy ground.
Let's make
A joyful sound.
a joyful
Here we stand on holy ground.
Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, hey, hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. Get up on your feet. See the light.
Everybody you meet.
And everyone you meet.
Everybody,
Everybody,
get up on your feet.
get up on your feet.
See the light. Everybody you meet.
Hey,
Let's
yeah.
be reminded.
Let's be reminded.
Come to be. We are love. We are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Hello there. It's bright up here. These don't tint in the fake light, only the real light. Anyway, my name's Ron Wade, and I am a practitioner here and a member of the Board of Trustees as well. And I would like to welcome you to this Sunday celebration in the spirit of fun. And keeping in that spirit of fun, if you have one of these things or any other thing that makes little beeps and burps throughout the service, if you could just make sure that it's silent so that you can feel it in your pocket, but it doesn't sound out loud, that would be great. So I'd like to now invite our practitioner of the day, Elizabeth Jade, forward to share our call to service.
Good morning. I'm going to ring the bell 3 times. With each one, I invite you to bring the vibration into your being to become more present. In this moment, this divine moment, where God is fully present in the love I feel in this space and the knowing of the peace that is present, the harmony that's created as we all come together to create community. This divine presence that is in, through, and as me, and in, through, and as each of us, and through all. And together, in this space this morning, we will create something beautiful. Reverend Jennifer's message, the music. Each one who is present in this space brings gifts. And in this space, we will create together, and we will leave with something that has touched our hearts that we can go and then share. I am so grateful for this knowing. I invite you to anchor this with me by saying, and so it is. Amen.
It's lighting of the candle Sunday, in case you haven't noticed the stage. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, taught that, in principle, the great religions of the world do not differ as much as they appear to. And in that truth, we light the first candle to recognize and honor a variety of religions as sacred paths to the one. We light the second candle in honor of our ancestors, those whose lives have stood for us until we could stand for ourselves. We light the third candle for those in this world who are experiencing lack, suffering, or discord of any kind, claiming a powerful good to healing and blessing them now. We light the fourth candle in honor of the absolute realm, inspired by love and made manifest by law, where all exists in the here and now, waiting to be realized. And we light the fifth candle in gratitude for the manifest universe itself, the living proof of God's existence through our ever-evolving awareness of oneness. So our community is a place of belonging, calling all into their spiritual magnificence. We're companions on the journey, as Ram Dass says, walking each other home. Expanding love's expression as we learn to become the presence of peace. We're beacons of light, living the principles we teach as we meet each other where we are. We're a safe place where hope and courage are explored. New beginnings are occurring through radical acceptance of who and whose we are. Welcome home. I would like to thank the more than 30 volunteers who came together for this service today. So thank you, everyone, in volunteering. Alrighty, we realize that there's a lot of places that you could go to investigate self-discovery, spiritual growth, watching a sports event on Sunday morning on TV. But we're grateful that you're here with us today. And we welcome you. And is there anybody here for the first time? First time. Welcome. Welcome. So, if you would, you don't have to stand because we found you. We're going to be giving you a gift, and you can also fill out the connection card under the seat in front of you, and if you're on the front row, it's under the seat you're sitting on. And you could drop it off the concierge desk out in Fellowship Hall after the service. And there will be coffee and snacks as well. And as a special bonus treat today, you can, if you have any questions and you're here for the first time or the first time in a long time, which I know a few of you are, you can ask me because I'll be at the concierge desk after service. Special treat, yeah. Actually, when my wife does it, it's a real special treat, but she's not able to today, so I'm pitching in for her. She's back here singing. Alrighty, it's time for our statement of being. And if you're able, would you please stand, and the monitors will have our statement of being. Okay. Ready? Here we go. We believe that life is good, that God is all there is, and that love is the only power. We are a welcoming and inclusive community of inspired individuals caring for and about each other and the entire planetary family, bringing the gifts of active compassion and kindness to the world. Our purpose is to transform lives, build dreams, and reveal God through education, music, prayer, service, generosity, and play. Say hello to some presence of God next to you. Okay. All righty. Time to return to your seats. The rocket ship cannot lift off until you're all in your seats with your seatbelts fastened. So today our featured guest artist is our co-musical director, Reece Whitaker, with an amazing rhythm section to accompany her. Reece Whitaker.
This day I awoke with a passion in my heart, a feeling of longing, a thirst so strong. I want to be better, an opening for God to make me stronger. My prayer today is for courage to be what the Holy Spirit intends for me. I want to be better, an opening for God to make me stronger. Make me patient when I worry. Make me calm when there is strife. Make me loving when my heart is hard. Make me forgiving when I would be right. Oh, make me forgiving. My prayer today is for courage to be what the Holy Spirit intends for me. I want to be better, an opening for God to make me stronger. Stronger to reveal more peace. I must be patient to reveal more love. I must be humble to reveal more power. Make me stronger. More peace, more love,
This is my prayer. It's my prayer today. Oh, God. Oh, God. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That song was Make Me Stronger. Amen. It's my pleasure to introduce a very special insight speaker today from our youth department, Alina Scurry. She'll tell you more about herself.
Good morning, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Alina, and I'm 18, and I've been coming to CSL consistently since I was 14 years old. And I remember my first Sunday when I walked into the teen center. It was empty, and I sat there with one of the teen advisors, and we just had a big conversation for the whole service. And I remember how welcomed and excited I felt after that first Sunday because I was so happy to find this community. And I remember back then thinking, hopefully, I would also find a group of people my age, which I did, and I was very happy. And while coming here, I've learned a couple things. I've learned what it means to trust your gut, to have a voice, and what it means to trust in spirit, because in the end, everything works out the way it's supposed to. So when it came to running for leadership at teen camp, if I'm being honest, I was really, really nervous. This was something that I had been contemplating for years, and after last year's summer camp, it was something that I knew I really wanted to do. I had planned to run for regional leadership at winter camp, and then at summer camp run for national leadership, but as things typically happen in life, things didn't go to plan. I got a job, and I couldn't go to winter camp anymore. I started to doubt myself because I saw the image that I created in my head of what was going to happen start to crumble. I started to think that maybe this was a sign that I shouldn't run, and I started to feel defeated. But when I talked to Jennifer and a couple of my friends from camp, they reminded me why I was running and why I keep coming back here every Sunday. They reminded me that just because things don't go according to plan, that doesn't mean that I should give up. I still had that gut feeling that I should run, and I chose to put my trust in spirit and go for it. So when I got to camp and I got off the bus, this feeling hit me that I was exactly where I was supposed to be, and I found a new confidence in myself. This center is what gave me that faith to trust in myself. This community has taught me what it means to put my trust in something bigger than myself, and to know that with intention, it will come to fruition. And I learned what it means to plant a seed and watch it grow into something that I might not have imagined, but in the end, it was what was meant for me. I'm now able to have the honor of being on the national teen leadership team. Being in this position is definitely scary, but it's also so rewarding to have a bigger voice in this community for our teens. I also can't wait to hopefully grow our team program, and I hope that you all are able to see how much I love being here. Thank you so much for supporting me and my teens at this center and sending us to camp, and I hope you all have a good week.
That's what it's all about. The next generation. So I also have the pleasure of introducing our featured speaker this week, as she is continuing the third quarter theme of declaration claiming our good, our own Reverend Jennifer Bick, with her message, Demonstrations and Declarations. It's not what you think.
Thank you, Ron. Okay, I'm still a little squishy from Alina. It's like mama energy. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I have to go next. That's awesome. As Ron said, I'm Reverend Jennifer. My pronouns are she, her, and I want to welcome you to the center. This is my spiritual home. And this year, we've been exploring the 5 steps of spiritual mind treatment, nice and slow. That's what our term is for what other people call affirmative prayer. Sometimes we use that for shorthand also. The first step is God is. That's recognition. And the second step is I am. That's unification. And the third step is I know, which we call realization or declarations. We're using the term declarations for this quarter. And that's exactly where we are right now. Declarations, which lead to demonstrations. Or do they? That's really what we're going to explore today. How many of you have ever heard the phrase, change your thinking, change your life? We like to say that around here a lot, and it's a great place to begin, and it's a lousy place to end. Not because it's wrong, because it's incomplete. It's part of what we do, because declarations are not instructions to the universe. They are recognitions of possibility. And our founder, Ernest Holmes, says, the law responds perfectly to consciousness, but consciousness is deeper than our spoken words. We tend to believe in our human nature that demonstrations should arrive exactly in the form that we anticipated. And that's not how life works. I'm going to share a little story with you about my housekeeper that she told me yesterday. She is a practicing Christian, and she was telling me she was at a service, and she walked into the restroom after service, and there was a sign in the restroom stall that said, God will provide. And she's like, of course. And she went and did her business, and then noticed afterwards that the toilet paper roll was empty. And she was like, how ironic that I observed the sign, and then, like, I'm sitting on a stall with no toilet paper. She's like, nice joke, God. She literally said, like, nice joke, God. And literally the next thing that happened was a hand came under the stall with toilet paper. And she said, it was the minister's wife who said, oh, I just ran to get this. I bet you need this. And she's like, God just kept playing jokes on me all day long. But that is what we tend to think of. It's like we're going to, pray right and say we want the right thing, and then it's just going to be delivered to us exactly as we need it. But our anticipated expectation of a declaration and Spirit's demonstration are not always the same thing. First of all, we have to address hidden beliefs. Those nasty little things that live inside of us. We may consciously declare for abundance or love or opportunity, but unconsciously, we may be carrying beliefs about our worthiness, about limitation and lack, about timing or safety, and the law responds to consciousness, not merely to words. We often evaluate demonstrations through the lens of our anticipated outcome. And when we do this, we're rejecting opportunities and we're overlooking growth, and we can mislabel something that is a blessing as a problem because it's not what we were expecting. Many religious scientists, myself included, unconsciously develop what I call a consciousness accounting system. When life is good, we're like, my consciousness is good. And when life is bad, my consciousness is wrong. Prayers didn't produce what I wanted, so therefore I must have a hidden belief. Demonstration isn't showing up, therefore I must be doing something incorrectly. And the trap that we fall into is that we begin treating spiritual principle as a mechanism of control rather than a pathway to freedom. Because Holmes never taught us that our task was to control life. He taught that our task is to align with reality. And reality has an uppercase R. We have to ask ourselves, what am I believing? This is the classic religious scientist inquiry. We reveal hidden beliefs, we examine assumptions, then we challenge inherited limitations. This is invaluable and it's necessary. Then we have to examine, what am I expecting? This is where demonstrations get lost. We don't simply have beliefs, we have scripts. We decide that how abundance should arrive, how healing should occur, and how success should look like. But that's all based in a version of constricted thinking. We have the audacity to believe that we have better ideas for ourselves than the universe. And it's this paradox of our specificity that is like just lifts the veil to our hidden beliefs. When we are praying for specific outcomes, we are demonstrating our attempt to control. And if you pray under the windows, definitely with me, but I know with a lot of other practitioners, what you will hear us ask is not what do you want, but what does prayer feel like? What does answered prayer feel like? Because we're looking to align with the consciousness of the result, not to sit in the outcome of specificity. What happens is we often mistake our expectations for spiritual truth. Which leads us to the question, how am I being? This is the piece that frequently gets overlooked. A person can think affirming thoughts all day long and still be living resentfully, defensively, and with judgment, which are all forms of disconnecting from love. Consciousness is more than thought. Consciousness includes our attitude, our emotional tone, our willingness, our generosity, our consciousness, but also our gratitude. The question comes, am I living from love or from management? The goal of spiritual living is not a problem-free life. That's unrealistic. The goal is a consciousness capable of meeting life with wisdom, creativity, and faith. Roger Teal wrote a book called The Joy of Life. It happens to be the book that is the required textbook for the class Beyond Limits that I'm teaching. And so, of course, I'm rereading it because the class starts in September. And in it, he says, my life rises only to the level of my self-concept. And that's a great phrase, but it can actually go deeper. I like my life rises to the level of what I am willing to accept about myself as an expression of God. Because the real limitation isn't just poor thinking, the real limitation is forgetting who we are. We've spent decades saying, change your thinking, change your life. But we need to remember what Holmes was really pointing to. He says, not merely better thoughts, a larger consciousness, a consciousness rooted in love. A consciousness willing to trust life even when it arrives in unfamiliar forms. A consciousness that sees every circumstance as an opportunity to remember its divine nature. The greatest demonstration is not the house, it's not the promotion, or the healing, or the money. The greatest demonstration is becoming a person who can receive life with faith, meet it with love, and recognize spirit in all things. Direct quote from Holmes is, "A treatment is for the purpose of changing one's own consciousness, not to change the attitude of God." He doesn't say, have perfect thoughts, have perfect affirmations, have perfect beliefs. He says, have a consciousness of love. Practice divine guidance every day, not trying to coerce it. So, we pray for abundance, success, influence, but we believe I'm not enough, I'm not ready. People like me don't do that. We often think we're searching for these things. But Roger Teal suggests deeper, we search for more because we are made of more. And sometimes that demonstration arrives before our self-concept catches up. And when that demonstration arrives and we're not ready, we can sabotage, we can resist, we can become uncomfortable with our own good. And so perhaps the next demonstration isn't changing your circumstances. Perhaps it's changing your idea of yourself as a person who acts from and as love. Sometimes the demonstration arrives so powerfully, it doesn't feel like a blessing at all. A friend of mine described her answered prayer earlier this week as drinking from a fire hose. She had the consciousness to call it answered prayer, but she also said she was experiencing a lot of challenges in the answered prayer that were there for her to grow and meet them. So we can have the experience of praying for greater visibility, but then suddenly be overwhelmed with all the responsibility. And we can pray for abundance, but now we have to manage resources that we've never had before in our life. And we can pray for growth and have life feel demanding and uncomfortable. We ask for expansion, but expansion doesn't always feel very good as it's occurring. Richard Rohr says, before the truth sets you free, it tends to make you miserable. Before freedom comes disruption. Before growth comes stretching, which means before the demonstration becomes recognizable, it often becomes inconvenient. And what if the thing that's overwhelming you is not evidence of a prayer failed? What if it's evidence of a prayer worked? We seek solutions, but Spirit seeks evolution. Many people ask, why is this showing up? What we can be asking is, what about myself is being revealed? So, when my marriage ended to my son's father, it ended very amicably, but it ended a very long time ago. My kids were really toddlers. And I was hesitant to get involved in relationships, but I did. And I had, over the course of several years, 2 really traumatic bad relationships. Like, they didn't start that way, but they didn't end well. And I said, God, first of all, I said, I'm done with this. And I was for a while. But what I said is, I want a drama-free relationship. Like, I do not want drama in my life. And truly, I got a drama-free relationship. But you know what? I'm a Taurus. And I'm a little spicy. And I kind of like the roller coaster rides. And so I get frustrated because my husband is just like calm, still waters. And everybody who meets him is like, God, he's a keeper. I'm like, I know, I'm keeping him. I love him. I'm keeping him. But sometimes, it's a little action, a little excitement. This was answered prayer. And what it is an opportunity for me to adapt and grow and show up in a new way to have a new experience and a new kind of relationship. My parents modeled really best friends, but also very passionate, which means they loved each other intensely, but they could also fight and yell. And so to me, that's love, right? Like when you go, woo, woo. And I have to learn a different kind of love. Sometimes we think declaration is an order placed with the universe, but in religious science, a declaration is not an attempt to control life. I left teaching early. We had a plan. The earliest I was going to go was 60. I was not going before 60. At the very, very earliest, 58. But that's if something miraculous happened. And I left at 57. And I became a minister. And all the way through ministerial school, I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this. Like, I don't know why. I've just ran out of nose, so I'm doing it. But that both of those decisions came with a lot of faith. They came with like, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm doing it because that's what I'm being guided to do. It's time. I have to make these changes. And I can't tell you how many times my husband and I say, can you imagine if I were still trying to teach right now? Like what our lives would be like if I had that on my plate too. So I just had to trust. I want to give you some spiritual practices. I have a really good story, but I'm running out of time. The practices are more important. I invite you to become curious instead of certain. So once something shows up and you say, this isn't my demonstration, try saying, how might this be my demonstration? And look for expansion instead of confirmation. What quality in life is inviting me to develop here? Is it courage? Is it patience? Is it self-worth? And finally, measure consciousness by love. Many people measure spiritual growth by manifestations. I got the parking space. I got the palace. I got the prince. I got the things. But perhaps a better measure is, am I becoming more loving, more forgiving, and more contagious? The trick is to develop the habit of gratitude in all things, regardless of what shows up. We may not be recognizing what's happening as answered prayer, but treat it as if it is. A former minister here, Jane Beach, used to say, act as if you chose it. Gratitude is not thanking God because life matched our declaration. It is recognizing that life responded from a wisdom larger than our preference. We make our declaration, we claim our good, we speak our word with conviction, and then we stand in gratitude for whatever appears, trusting that the demonstration is not merely what we asked for, but for the highest expression of what consciousness and divine intelligence can create together. I believe Holmes was pointing us to something much deeper than change your thinking, change your life. Because he didn't want us to just think better, he wanted us to live larger and live in love. So sometimes the greatest demonstration is not getting what we declared. Sometimes the greatest demonstration is discovering who we become in the process of living our lives of love. Let's pray. I'm so excited to have a guitar under the prayer today. I mean, I miss Mark, but I'm really excited about this. I recognize that divine intelligence that knows only love, that is only love. That one universal energy that today I call spirit, and spirit is expressing as wisdom, as open-heartedness, and as joy. I am all those things. The joy in me of being in a community of seekers. I am so grateful for the experience of deep listening, of open hearts, and the knowledge of remembering that which we already know, that we are love incarnate. And then we are each these divine expressions, walking the path of expanded consciousness each and every day. May we do it with kindness, with gratitude, and with faith in spirit. I'm so grateful for this truth. I'm so grateful for this time. And I know right here, right now, that the word spoken is the universal yes. And I close and complete this prayer with, and so it is.
And unsure, heart searching for the peace I must have known before. I heard a song of living truth. Suffice to say, my soul was glad to get the news. I was best the end in doubt, aimless wandering around. Then I heard,
welcome to the well that never dries up. Don't you want to try some, try some? The well of spirit never dries up. Don't you want to try some, try some? Welcome to the well that never dries up. Don't you want to try some, try some? The well of spirit never dries up. Don't you want to try some? some, try some.
Yeah, try some.
Hey. Then life came flooding back to me. Relentless love, it was available free. Infinite power, plain to see. The source of all that is and of all that can never be. No more thirsty and in doubt. Gave up wandering around. And we said, welcome to the well that never dries up. Don't you want to try some, try some? The well of spirit never dries up. Don't you want to try some, try some? Welcome to the well that never dries up. Don't you want to try some, try some? The well of spirit never dries up. Don't you want to try some, try some? Try some,
Try some.
try some,
Try some.
try some, try some, try some,
Try some.
try some,
Try some.
try some, try some. If you're thirsty and in doubt, aimless wandering around, then come on, welcome to the well that never dries up. Don't you want to try some, try some? The well of spirit never dries up. Don't you want to try some, try some? Welcome to the well that never dries up. Don't you want to try some, try some? The well of spirit never dries up. Don't you want to try some, try some? Try some,
Try some.
try some, try some, try some, try some,
Try some.
try some,
Try some.
try some,
Try some. Try some. Try some.
try some,
Try some. Try some.
Maurischat also joining us on vocals. This was an original Dave Maurischat song. Yes, Well of Spirit.
I forgot what I was going to say, but I want to try some. Thank you, Reverend Jennifer. Following her and trying to summarize is a difficult thing because there's so many nuggets in there. Go back and watch it again on YouTube this week. But what I took away from it is that, like Steve Jobs said, you can only connect the dots looking backwards. And that obstacles, what appear to be obstacles, are actually opportunities to adjust your thinking or adjust your consciousness. That's the best I could come up with. Now it's time to shift gears into our conscious giving with an opportunity to participate in the law of circulation. We know that even though we've been taught that it's better to give than to receive, that really in order to give from a feeling of abundance, we must receive first. It's kind of like the chicken and the egg, you know, which one comes first? You need both. So we're going to pass the basket shortly. And in the little basket inside the big one, there is a joy blessing for you. Please pull one out for yourself. Your spirit will guide you to the right little piece of paper. And then keep it with you all week long, and it will pop into your mind at just the right amount, just the right time. Once you've then drawn your joy blessing from the small basket, you can provide your offering in the larger basket that's holding it, to complete the law of circulation through giving back. So ushers, will you please circulate the two baskets? I invite you to invoke the feeling of gratitude through thoughts of life's abundance right where you are, allowing that to fill you and the space around you.
So I give thanks for all my blessings. He gives me everything I
Band,
need.
let me hear you play. Yeah. God is my source, God is my source.
God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
Peace is my source.
My source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I
Peace gives me everything. Peace gives me everything.
I need.
Peace
Gives me
gives.
everything I need.
Peace gives.
Peace gives me everything I need.
Peace gives me everything I need.
Your word has power. Please join in blessing your offertory by saying together our prosperity affirmation. The words are on the screen. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly. Yay! Thank you. Okay, we have some additional ways besides the Sunday service where you can deepen your spiritual practice or contribute to your spiritual growth. And the first one is the Beyond Limits class has been moved to the fall. And it's being taught by Reverend Jennifer Bick and TA'd by Julia Smith, who is soon to be a practitioner emeritus. It's a 6-week online course exploring the foundational teachings of science of mind. It is certificated, and it is the basic course, freshman level, if you want to call it that leads to all the other courses. It is Thursdays, September 3rd through October 8th, 6 to 8:30 p.m. for a $195 investment, and that is online. Next is Mandala Mondays with Reverend Maureen Ross. It's happening again tomorrow and then on August 24th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. here at the center. Join as they color mandalas to bring beauty and peace into the world and to experience the power of creativity. Supplies are available, or you can bring your own. The investment for that is $25 per session. And this afternoon, there's a wild and wonderful woman standing in the back there, Deb Dake. Soul Collage is coming upstairs 12 to 3, and she's certified, by the way, in the Ernest Holmes room. Experience a profound process of reconnecting to your individual and unique wisdom. I've done this class 3 years ago, and I still haven't figured out what I created. It's still talking to me in ways that I don't understand yet. It's playful, though, so join Deb and a bunch of other explorers upstairs after service. You can sign up at the concierge desk. The investment's $35, and the rewards are priceless. Outreach team is launching its fall donation drive, and it is RAFT, the Resource Area for Teaching in San Jose. RAFT supports educators and families by providing hands-on learning materials, including art and classroom supplies, and STEAM project kits. They're collecting these beginning next Sunday in Fellowship Hall, and it will go from August 23rd, which is next Sunday, yes, through September 13th. So 4 Sundays starting next week. Bring your art supplies, your poster boards, your markers, etc., and contribute to this worthy cause. And then, at the end of August, there's a community workshop, August 29th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Messy, gentle endings. It's going to be facilitated by Reverend Nadine and our very own Elizabeth Jade, who lit all the candles and did the call to service today. It's a supportive space to navigate the tender challenges of change, which I believe we're all in the midst of on so many levels today. So come together to reflect, to witness, and support one another as we lean into trusting these apparent obstacles and changes that are in our way. And that is a free workshop gathering. Okay. Also, that weekend, August 29th, 30th, Silicon Valley Pride is in San Jose, and we will be participating with a booth downtown San Jose. So please join your spiritual community as we celebrate and support the South Bay's LGBTQ plus community while making CSL San Jose a more visible presence for inclusion and belonging. Wear your CSL t-shirt, show your pride, or volunteer at the vendor booth. You can stop by the concierge desk in Fellowship Hall for more information. That means me. And then, September 11th through the 13th, Karen Drucker is coming back for an entire weekend. Get ready for her unique, hilarious, touching, heartwarming, funny, sing-along mix of music and humor and reflection that is Karen Drucker. She will also be our guest artist on that Sunday, our featured artist on that Sunday, our guest speaker is what I meant to say, our featured artist. But for the women in the house, and I feel left out, there's a special women's retreat called Unapologetically Me. So calling all women into a circle of permission to be unapologetically you. It's Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. here at the center. Saturday from 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The retreat registration is $125, and it includes snacks on Friday and Saturday, lunch on Saturday, and all the materials, and then that special time with Karen Drucker. It's $125. You can sign up for it at the concierge or online. And then lastly, Saturday, September 6th, which is the Sunday of Labor Day weekend. If you are here, please join us as the practitioners take over. It's like the inmates sneak out of the practitioners take over the service. And it's called Super Stole Sunday. And we will be installing and celebrating our newly licensed practitioners, our reinstated practitioners, our transferred in practitioners, and our newly emeriti practitioners. 7 total. All right, and then last but not least, next week, Community Potluck is on the 23rd, so please join us for that. And then also, right after that is our Community Town Hall, which is a monthly event, and you do not want to miss this one. I can speak for that as a member of the board. All right. The links for all this are up on the screen, and you can also go to our website at www.cslsj.org, and you can also find a recording of today's service on our YouTube channel. So, would all of the youth, teens, and practitioners of the day come forward, and if you're in a stole, just stand where you are. And are the youth and...
You know, when I'm in here, it throws everything off.
Okay. All right, we're going to keep going. All right, so the folks who are with a purple stole on will be available for prayer over here in the side chapel area after service. So if you've got something heavy on your heart, or even something that you're grateful for, It's fast, it's free, and it's confidential. Please join a practitioner for an affirmative prayer. If you don't feel like doing that and you just need to write and go, there's a prayer box back on the little table by the window back there. You can fill that out and fill out a prayer request, and it will be prayed over by our prayer team this week. So I'd like to thank the youth and family volunteers for their service, the fields and the youth and everything else. And I'm going to turn this over to our Prac of the Day 2, Miss Debbie Slayton, to give us our 3 affirmations for the week.
If everyone would please stand and repeat after me, except for this one. It's an abundant universe, and I have 4 instead of 3. So, yes! Well, she was that good. She was that good. Okay, repeat after me. I am the recognition of possibilities. My consciousness is a pathway to freedom. I search for more because I am made for more. I practice divine guidance every day. And so it is.
Here at CSL San Jose, we want to say thank you for joining us here in person and online. If you will, please join us in our fellowship hall for refreshments and continued conversation as we prepare the sanctuary for prayer. Also, if you believe that you may have misplaced something, please check out our Lost and Found. It is abundant. Please try that out. We wish you a wonderful week ahead and go in peace. I am free. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I'm free. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I'm free. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
You're still staying over Saturday night.